Èmi nìkan kọ́ ló dá, but you bless me jaburata. Hope you know they do partial. I no mind at all. The way I've been nobody, you don't turn me to somebody.
Okay, so you are looking for the numbers that when you multiply them together, you will get 6. Now, mind you, at the back of your mind, that 1 and the number itself are the first two factors. So first start with 1 and the number, which will be 1 times 6. 1 times 6 will give us 6. Now, after 1 is what? 2. What can I multiply with 2 that will give me 6? Just if you don't know, you just count 6 and divide it by 2, you will get 3. So definitely 2 times 3 will give us 6. So you have 2 times 3. Now, after 2 is what? 3. But we've already used 3 here. Okay, so that's where I'm going to stop. So this from here to here and then from here to here. So these are the factors of 6. That will be 1, 2, 3, and 6. Okay, question number 2. A man bought oranges at 12 for 30 naira. That is the cost price. This simply means cost price. So the cost price of the oranges, that is bought 12 oranges at 30 naira. Okay, that is all the 12 oranges. We paid 30 naira for it and sold them at 1 for 3 naira. This is selling price. He sold, that is at 1 for 3 naira. Mind you, you know it is, but we don't know the exact amount that is spent. Okay, after selling all the oranges. So to get the amount that is spent after selling the amount is he realized after selling the oranges, that would be, you know, he bought 12 at 30 naira and he sold each for 3 naira. So that would be that 12 times this 3 naira that he sold each, and that will give you 36 naira. So which means the cost price of the oranges, that is when the person went to the market, he bought the 12 oranges for 30 naira, and when he sold the oranges, he sold all the 12 for 36 naira. That is each orange cost 3 naira, and when he sold the 12, that is 3 times 12, and will give you 36. Now you are asked to find the percentage gain. Mind you, first find the gain. You can otherwise, if you want to call if you don't want to use gain, you can call it profit. So the profit, that means the selling price minus cost price. That is selling price minus cost price. Okay, so the selling price is 36 naira. Okay, and then the cost price is 30 naira. So the person profit will be this minus this, that will give you 6 naira. But that's not where we are going, because we are asked to find the percentage profit. So now the percentage profit will be profit over cost price times 100 over 1. Okay, now the profit here is 6 naira over the cost price. This is the cost price, that is 30 naira, then times 100 over 1. So you have 100 over 1. Now divide. First off, this 0 can cancel this 0. So you are left with 6 over 3 and 10 over 1. Now what else can we divide? This 3 can divide this 6. Okay, so divide. 3 here, 1, 3, 6, 2. Okay, so here now you have 2 times 10 over 1 times 1. So 2 times 10 will give you 20. 1 times 1 will give you 1. When you count 20 and divide it by 1, you still get 20. So your final answer is 20%. Okay, now on to the next one, number 3. If I multiply the sum of 632 and 1803 by 0, that is, you multiply the sum of 632 plus 1803 by 0. That is, when you add this together, excuse me, when you add this together and then whatever you get to multiply, you don't even need to stress yourself. Whatever you add, whatever you get in the sum and you multiply it by 0, you will definitely get 0. So your final answer here will still be 0. Even if it is 1 million plus 3 million, the number times 0, your answer will be 0. So that is that to that one, because whatever you multiply by 0, you will get 0. Now question number 4. 6 houses on a street use average of 47 liters of water daily. That is the 6. Let me use this. That is the 6 houses uses 47 liters of water per day. Okay, now how many liters of water do they use in a week? You know that one week is made up of 7 days. Okay, so which means if they use 47 liters per day, in a week they will use 47 times 7. So now let's go. So therefore in a week they will use what? That will be 47 times 7. 7 times 7, that is 49. You have 9 and then you keep 4. 7 times 4, that is 28. 28 plus 4 will give you 32. So therefore that means in a week in a week, the 6 houses uses 329 liters of water. So that is that to that. Now to question number 5. Now let me rub this up. Now question number 5. A woman bought 200 oranges. That is, the woman bought 200 oranges, okay, and sold 40% of them. He sold 40%, okay, of them on the market day. How many oranges will she have left? Let's first calculate the amount of oranges the woman sold. So to calculate the amount of oranges the woman sold, just multiply the amount of oranges she initially bought, which is 200. You can say 200 over 1, then times the percentage the woman sold, which is 40 over 100. Because anytime you see this sign like this, it means percentage, and the value is 100. Okay, so now let's divide. This 0 can cancel this 0, can also cancel this 0 as well. We will still have another 0 left. I say this 0 can cancel this 0, so we are left with 2 times 40 over 1 times 1. Now 2 times 40 will give you 80, and 1 times 1 will give you 1. So 80 divided by 1, we get 80. So which simply means the woman sold 80 oranges. So the oranges sold is 80. Okay, she sold 80 oranges. But that's not where we are going. We are not asked how many oranges the woman sell. We are asked how many oranges she would have left. That is after she has sold 40% of them. So the amount of oranges left will be the total oranges she took to the market, which is 200, minus the amount of oranges she sold, which is 80. So when you minus, you get 120 oranges left. So that is an answer to that. Now question number 6. Question number 6. The volume of a rectangle of length 6 cm, breadth 5 cm, and height 4 cm is. Anytime you're asked to find volume of a shape, all you need to do is just multiply the 3 sides together. So in this one now, the volume here will be length times breadth and times the height, and your answer will be in centimeter cube, since you are multiplying 3 sides. Are you getting it? Now, so the length here is 6 cm. You have 6 cm times the breadth here is 5 cm, then times 4 cm height. Now what will this give? 6 times 5, that is 30. Now 30 times 4, that is 120. So your answer will be 120 cm cube. You put this cube because you multiply 3 sides. If it is only 2 sides, you put square. Do you understand? Now question number 7. There are 1,500 pupils in a school. The school is made up of 1,500 pupils. Okay? Now, out of these 500 pupils, 950 of them are boys. So boys are 950. Okay? What percentage of the school are girls? Correct to 2 decimal places. First, calculate the amount of girls that will be there. So, we are all male and female, boys and girls. So in a school, there are 1,500 pupils. And out of this 1,500 pupils, 950 are boys. How many girls will be there? It simply means you take away this 950 from the total amount of pupils in the school. So therefore, we are going to have 1,500 minus 950. Okay? 0 minus 0 is 0. You borrow 1 here, this one will give you 10. Why this one remains 4? From this 4 that you borrow 1 here, 10 minus 5, that is 5. Now you have 14. 14 minus 9, that's another 5. Okay, so which simply means 550 girls. Okay, but that's not where we are going. You are asked to find the percentage of the girls, and then you correct your answer to 2 decimal places. Okay, now let's divide. We want to calculate the percentage of girls. Correct your answer to 2 decimal places. So that will be, how many girls do we have? That's the percentage. How many girls do we have? That was 550 over total number of pupils in the school, 1,500. That times percentage. You have to find the percentage from 1. Now let's divide. This 0 cancel this 0. This 0 cancel this 0. So we are left with 550 50/50. What number can divide both? It is 5. Any number that ends with 0 and 5 can be divided by 5. So let's use 5. 5 here, 3. 5 here, 1. 5 here, 1. And then 0 cannot be divided by 5, so we put 0 here. Okay, now we have 110/3. Now use the division method since we want to find our answer correct to 2 decimal places. So we want to divide 110 by 3. Now in this formula you are using division, type, and then minus. Okay, now how many 3 are there in 11? That is 3. Now you multiply 3 times 3, that gives you 9, and then you subtract minus. So we have what? 11 minus 9, that is 2. Now the next number, which is 0, bring it down. Now you have 20. Now use this formula again, starting with division. How many 3 are there in 20? That is 6. 3 times 6, that is 18, minus. When you minus, you get 2. 3 cannot divide 2. Okay, so you put points here and then 0 here. Now how many 3 are there in 20? 6 again. 3 times 6, 3 times 6, that is 18, and then minus, you still get 2 again. Put 0. How many 3 in 20? Another 6. 3 times 6, 18, minus, you get 2 again. Put 0. How many 3 are there in 20? 6. 3 times 6, 18, and then you minus, you have 2. If you continue doing this, you continue having 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, and 6. But since we are asked to correct our answer to 2 decimal places, so since you have 3 decimal numbers here, you should stop. So here now we have 36.666, right? Now they said to correct your answer to 2 decimal places. Now you look at the immediate 2 decimal number after the point, which is 6 and 6. Okay, now after these 2 numbers, we look at the next one, which is 6. We first pick out the 2 decimal numbers. Okay, so we want to correct the 2 decimal numbers. So you look at the immediate number after that 2 numbers, which is another 6. And then here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. That's you are estimating. You are estimating you made do of these numbers. Okay. Now from 1 to 4, you can divide. You can group it into 2 sides like this. So any number that falls within this area, you leave. Anyone that falls within this area, you had 1. Since we are correcting to 2 decimal places. Now when you look at this 6, this 6 falls here. So which means you are going to add 1 to whatever 2 numbers you have as decimal number. That's what you are estimating. So therefore, 36.666 to estimate to write to 2 decimal number, you're going to have 26.6, and then since this last 6 falls here, that means you're adding 1 to whatever decimal numbers you have here. So our answer is going to be 36.67. So that's our answer to that one. Okay, so if you are confused on the way, all you need to do is just pause the video, go through it again, and then I bet you will understand it. Now on to question number 8. Now question number 8. If 6 boys can do a piece of work in 8 days, how many days will 16 boys do the same work at the same rate? Now 6 boys can do the work in 8 days. It's 8 days, okay? So that will be 6 times 8, and that will give you 48. Okay? Now, how many days will it take 16 boys? So for 16 boys, you will simply have 48 divided by 16. That is just how to do that one. So when you divide, what can divide? 2 can divide, even 16 can divide straight, okay? So since 16 can divide both of them, you can use 2, you can use 3. I mean, 3 cannot divide 16. You can use 2, you can use 4. So because of time, I'm using 16 direct. Since 16 can divide both numbers. So 16 and 16 is 1. 16 and 48 is 3. So 3 divided by 1 is what? 3. So our answer is, that means 16 boys can finish the work in 3 days. Now question number 9. Find the missing number. You have this 439 plus 7 star. That's the missing number here. 4 will give you 1223. It's just like this. Let's say 2 plus 3, that will give you 5. Okay. Now let's assume that you are not giving anything. Just say 2 plus p will give you 5. This one simply means p will be what? 5 minus 2, and that will give you 3. Because you are looking for a number that when you add it to 3, it will give you, and when you add it to 2, it will give you 5. All you need to do is just take away that number from the total sum of the number. Okay. Now, so let's assume all these, since you are looking for the middle number of this one, let's assume all this one is that p. So we have 439 plus P will give us 1223. So like we did here, just like P would be what? 1223 minus 439. And that's minus. Like you cannot take 9 away from 3, so you need to borrow from here. When you borrow from this one, remain 1, this one becomes 13. 13 minus 9 will give you 13 minus 9 will give you 4. Okay. Now you have 1 here. You cannot take away 3 from 1. You need to borrow from this one. Borrow 1, this one remain 1, while this one becomes 11. 11 minus excuse me. 11 minus 3. That is 8. Okay. Now you have 1. You can't take a 4 from 1, so you need to borrow from this last one. This one becomes 0. This one becomes 11. 11 minus 4, that will give you 7. So therefore, our answer is 784. So you can see the middle number. You can see that we are looking for the middle number. So 8 will be the middle number. So P will now be what? 8. This middle number, that is 8. Okay. Question number 10. The data below is the marks scored by Shadrach Kelechi in first term examination. 60, 70. These are the marks. The marks called by the boy. That is Shadrach Kelechi. 60, 70, 40, 45, 33, 55, 52, 60, another 55, and another 60. Now, we are going to find the average mark. So at times, we do not use this average. We still make the same thing as mean. Okay. So to find average, it means sum of numbers over amount of numbers. That's the amount of numbers, that amount of scores that you have. Okay. So therefore, this one is simply going to be sum of number. That will be 60 plus 70 plus 40 plus 45 plus 33 plus 55 plus 52 plus 60 plus 55 and plus another 60. Everything all over the amount of numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That was 10. Okay. Now add these numbers together. You can break it down like this. This and this will give you, that is 130. This and this, that is 85.
Èmi nìkan kọ́ ló dá, but you bless me jaburata. Hope you know they do partial. I no mind at all. The way I've been nobody, you don't turn me to somebody. The love you get for me no be small thing. Oh she me beni kwe moti. I am Martin the throne like a cabinet.
It's called 530. It's called 530 over 10. Okay, now you divide. This 0 cancel this 0, so you are left with 53 over 1. 53 divided by 1, 50, that's 53. So therefore, the average or mean equal to 53. Okay. Now B, find the mode of scores. The mode. Okay. That means the number that appears most, that is too often than the other, and that will be what you can see. 55 appears 2 times. 55 2 times. What other number appears more than once? That's 60. 60 appears 1, 2, and 3 times. So therefore, the mode of the scores is what? 60. Since 60 appears more than the others. So that is that about that. Now on to the next question. Hello kids, people at home, thanks for watching.